Lately I've been strongly thinking about completely getting off social media. Social media has become entirely too negative. People are extremely negative. And it's really strange because, especially the so called black people, they are under some type of hypnotic trance. It's weird. It's like you're under a curse, under some type of spell that you no longer have control over your own mind and emotions. You have no control whatsoever over your thoughts. You act out when certain buzzwords are spoken by certain politicians and the media. It's quite strange because you're accomplishing their mission. You're on the bottom, still struggling and begging for crumbs. They make a few empty promises, show you right to your face. They let you know right to their face or right to your face where they stand. And you're still in a hypnotic trance, accomplish their goals and their mission for them while they sit comfortably in their home, their lavish mansions, with their armed security, and you're out in the street protesting and fighting for them. It makes no sense. Now, I have a question for so-called black people that keep posting memes like this one, comparing whites to blacks. Black people that are out committing crimes. Black people that are taking the lives of other black people. I've posted videos of innocent babies sitting in vehicles and got caught in the middle of a shooting. Gangbangers and drug dealers. And there's no response when it comes to those videos at all. Nobody's fighting and protesting for black people to stop murdering each other. No one's protesting and fighting for black females to stop aborting their children. No one's fighting and protesting against these mandates that's placed against you. You losing your job and your home, your livelihood. But you're sitting complacent. It's really weird. Gas prices and food prices are high. And you're like nonchalant about it. But then you have a white dude that was found not guilty because he was being attacked and he ended up murdering other white dudes in self-defense. And now black people are protesting. It makes no sense to me. So I have a question for the so-called black people that post memes like this, comparing like Kyle Rittenhouse to Trayvon Martin. And they both 17 years of age. One was carries an assault rifle. And it's interesting to me that black people are using the media's terms, assault rifle. But you seem to forget that how many Uzis and AK firearms are in the hood? How many illegal guns are in the hood taking the lives of black people? In movies, you go to Boys in the Hood, and what are they using? Using assault-style rifles or assault rifles. In the same movies that you glorify. But yet, this boy defended himself. And now you want to compare him with Trayvon Martin when they had two different judges, two separate sets of attorneys or lawyers, two different cases, in two different locations. It was completely different. I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. And the reason why it seems that you have people like Kyle Rittenhouse and cops that shoot black people that's committing crimes. This is the reason why I think whites always end up walking when they kill black people. This is why they end up walking. Simply because, let's compare the two since you want to make comparisons. Kyle Rittenhouse, white people supported him financially. They supported and paid for his legal team through Cash App. What's that one place that black people love to post their family members when they get killed because they have no insurance? You know, they raise money for his defense team. And usually they have multiple attorneys. So people like Kyle Rittenhouse don't have to worry about paying for the attorneys because you have other white people, even white supremacist groups that will support him, that will financially fund his legal team. GoFundMe, that's the name of that site. So they raised money for this boy. They donated money for this boy. Trayvon Martin, on the other hand, how many of y'all donated money to Trayvon Martin's legal team? How many of y'all donated money to what's the young dude now that was shot in the back by these white dudes? Ahmaud Arbery. How many of y'all donated money for his legal team? The only attorney I see that seems to be fighting for blacks is Crump. He's always on the scene, right or wrong, right? Whether they right or wrong. And of course, he's got to throw black card out there. See, the difference between white people and black people, white people support white people with money. They fund them. Black people support black people with emotions, with threats of violence and protests, with accusations of white supremacy. Everybody's a white supremacist. Everybody's a racist. So blacks act out in emotion. White people support them with their finances. Whites have a legal team. Black people have Crump. So there's a difference. So now that Kyle has been found not guilty, the trial is over. And black people are still acting out like you're in a trance. Like you don't have a life yourself. Like you don't have a family that you need to protect from other black people in the hood. How many rappers are going to end up dying before this year is out? Young up and coming rappers can't even go back to their own neighborhoods. And you're concerned about Kyle Rittenhouse. And for those of you that keep saying he had no business being there, nobody had any business being there. What about the blacks that were attacking cops, Trump supporters, setting dumpsters on fire, you know, going in, robbing these stores, looting these stores? All these blacks out there, the black dude that went to attack Kyle Rittenhouse and he got shot in the arm for out there menacing. Well, what about them? They had no business being there. And what about these dudes that's being shot by police while committing crime or resisting? They had no business being there. If you want to go with that logic, they had no business being there as well. If they had not been there resisting, if they had not been there committing a crime, passing fake cash or bad checks, they wouldn't have got shot. So it worked both ways. But for those of you that keep posting memes like this, how much money did you donate to Trayvon Martin's legal team? How much money did you donate to Ahmaud Arbery's legal team. See, white people raise money for their people. Black people act out in emotion and want to threaten violence when things don't go their way. That's the difference. It's like in politics. You wonder why Asians and Jews get what they want. Black people don't support their political party with funds. You just got your hands out because we're black. We were enslaved. White supremacy, racism, these things are keeping you down. And the white people that would normally support you won't support you because now you're offending them. See, you're calling them a white supremacist. Everything is not white supremacist. Everything is not racist. When are black people going to start taking responsibility for their own actions? So again, how many of you black folks out there that's posting memes like this, how many of you donated money to his legal fees? Tell me. Whenever there's a high profile case and a black dude got shot, how much money did you donate to that family? See, with these cops that shot blacks, Kyle Rittenhouse, you have the public, you have white people taking care of his legal team and his family. If you look at Zimmerman made a lot of money going through that case. His legal team was paid for, and he had money afterwards. His wife, his family was taken care of. And the firearm that he used to kill Trayvon Martin, he got hundreds of thousands for it. They support him. Black people don't support each other. We can see that right on YouTube, on social media. You got these big YouTube channels, and even the small ones are supported financially by white people. Black people ain't giving that nigga nothing. That coon, that dusty. You're too busy fighting among yourselves and don't support each other. And I think the ones that do support me, that do hit that Cash App every now and again, I support you guys. I really appreciate the faithful few, because I know who you are, and if you don't support me financially, you support my business. You know, you buy things from my website, and I appreciate that. And that does not go unnoticed. But for the most part, black people don't support black people. You just act out in emotions and make threats if things don't go your way, that you're going to protest and tear things up. That puts a bad taste in people's mouth, white and black. And you wonder why you look down upon black Americans. You wonder why no one respects you. Because you create these situations, these environments for yourself, and then you cry racism. You cry victim. So the difference between these two is that Kyle had adequate legal, but Trayvon Martin didn't. The only thing that was behind Trayvon Martin was violence and protest and threats of protest. So, feedback, tell me what you think. It's tight, but it's right. You may not like it, but it's true. Black people don't support black people financially. You just talk. You behind a computer screen talking, getting out in the street. And the only reason why a lot of y'all are out there protesting is because you have the Democrat Party, Antifa, and Black Lives Matter are getting paid for that. Your pockets are being laced for tearing up your own communities, for out there committing mischief. The same thing you are accusing Kyle Rittenhouse for doing, you out there doing. The trial is over with. It's done. You should be home. But instead, you guys are out there creating havoc. And one thought before I leave, a thought came to my mind, and I may make a video on this. I think the reason why the Democrats are so upset because Kyle Rittenhouse got off was because these boys, these dudes that were killed by Kyle, was killed because of the Democrats created that environment. The Democrats created the riots in opposition against Trump. things weren't going their way. The election wasn't going their way. So they created a situation, a violent situation. If things didn't go their way, they was going to tear up stuff. And notice, not one of those looters got arrested. And the ones that were arrested, they was released. Who was that? Was it Kamala Harris or somebody went and bailed them out? So the Democrats created this environment. They're the reasons why Kyle Rittenhouse was in a position, or put in a position, where he had to take the lives of these white dudes and shoot that black dude that was attacking him. So now the Democrats need a sacrificial lamb. And who's a good candidate to blame? Kyle Rittenhouse. See, they need a fall guy. Kyle Rittenhouse is the fall guy. And now because of the fact that he was found to be not guilty, they're upset. And now the media is still attacking him, referring to him as a white supremacist. Right? Because they want black people to remain angry. Because once you guys start getting angry and start tearing things up, and there's a what quote unquote civil war, then they're able to come in and now finish the job in destroying your rights. Complete government control. We talk about that police state, but it's not far away. As long as you guys keep doing the Democrats' bid, it's not going to be too long when you're going to have no rights at all. And they're going to use emergency to do it. Just like they did with this vax. They're going to use, it's an emergency, so because we're in an emergency condition, we're going to mandate it. And you lose your job if you don't. And then we go up on your insurance if you don't. And you're paying more for health care, or you won't be served in restaurants if you don't comply. So as long as you guys remain under that hypnotic trance and that spell, as long as you remain under there, you causing their agenda to happen. And then once it comes down, listen, once they accomplish their mission, you're going to find yourself in a situation now where everything that you're doing now, posting on social media, free speech, all that's gone. You're going to find yourself in a real, true communist country that you wanted, that you said you wanted because you didn't understand what communism is. But you said you wanted that because they made it sound good. The United States government is a type of Jim Jones. They're feeding you Kool-Aid. You know, black people love red Kool-Aid in the hood. So the government is black people's red Kool-Aid. But that red Kool-Aid that looks delicious to black people contains cyanide poisoning. It's going to put you to sleep for good. So be careful, man. You guys are under a trance, you're under a spell, and don't even realize it. And you're doing the devil's bidding. See, so when y'all get on social media and post nonsense like this, you're only helping their cause out. You're not helping yourselves. Because black people have assault rifles in the hood every single day. It's not hard to get an assault rifle in the hood. Illegal assault rifles. Right? Uzis and AK-47s. You know? Yeah, it's not hard for you guys to get that. And you use it right in the hood against each other. And then you got the audacity to post memes talking about he's carrying an assault rifle. And that's all they got in the hood, killing each other. It's sad that black people are known for hearing gunshot all night. Got used to it. Black people are used to hearing gunshot at nighttime. Pow! Oh, that's just somebody shooting. They shooting again. And you look at that as the norm. So, for those of you that post memes like this, how much did you donate to, what's his name? Ahmaud Arbery? How much did you donate to his legal team? How much did you donate to Trayvon Martin's legal team? How much did you donate to that boy that dude that got killed? The one that they started building statues and it tore up everything? How much you donate to his legal team? So that's the difference right there. It's like they got money for a legal team. Black people don't, because black people don't support each other. So feedback, tell me what you think until next time. I'm fearless.